What is up, YouTube? This is your girl Killer Rose. Right now I'm at the gym. You guys already know. It's been an early day. Got a lot of stuff on my mind, especially all these theories and not theories. There's actually like facts that's happening in place like right now, currently. So it's not theories. It's actually true things that's going on, which is the internet being censored, highly censored, and this and that. My opinion is basically I already knew that it was gonna happen this way. I mean, if you guys haven't seen my previous videos, which is like literally the first, like I just jumped into YouTube without giving any context or ideas of what I'm about, and so basically what I was saying in the past was that TikTok was banned, right? It is not the first thing on the government's list. Like, you already know that they can do anything in a situation where they feel like the I don't know. I think it's all bogus. The citizens' lives is at a stake. So I did quote unquote like they think that because of a high security risk, I guess, because of a like some sort of company, you know, basically has like, it's just so weird. Like, I mean, I can give in detail, but I will literally have to write this down because I don't remember everything at the top of my head. But basically, the government just thought it was a bad thing because it was a security risk for all Americans, and they did not have any proof to prove otherwise of how TikTok was and how it was a danger to the United States of America, which is right here in this country. If you don't live in the States, then now you know. And if you never use TikTok or whatever because of your country's, you know, allegations and restrictions because of it, and then okay, you know, you don't have to worry about TikTok because you don't use it. It's illegal in your own country. But I already knew from the start when they started doing that, and then have this high hopes of bringing it back, like, oh, look at everybody, TikTok is back. And for me, I already know a lot of people are, I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, but when I got to the app store and I looked at TikTok, all I saw was, you know, instead of Red Note being #1, because that is a fact, it happened. Red Note, if you don't know, it's a actual Chinese, I think, app. It's been a while. I know January seems like it's been forever, but it really isn't. It was this year, and I felt like January has been forever, like been for a long time, but it hasn't. It's this year, and it wasn't last year, it was this year that it happened on the 18th, I recall. And so basically when I got to see that app store, I saw TikTok being #1 again, and that pissed me off. I'm like, you guys are freaking bots. The government, you prove the government right by saying, like, basically by giving them the upper hand of saying to not just me, but to everyone in this country that we're gonna ban something and you won't do a single thing about it. Because really, everyone's all up to consuming things, and you guys, well, at least not you specifically, but for those who are consuming content 24/7, right? Out of the whole week, you need to look at your screen time and see if that's healthy. And if it's not, then you know for sure that is a problem. And it will give you an actual guideline of what kind of apps you're using. And now I cut some downtime because I mean, I used to love social media as a whole. Like, I used to have Facebook, Instagram. I still have Pinterest and other things like Snapchat, but I don't use Snapchat often because the people that I used to talk to don't really talk to me now. Maybe because they have, something going on with their life or whatever. But besides all that, it feels like a lot of people don't really care and would go out of their way to consume than to fight for a basic human right on what to search and what to see. And now, in my opinion, you gotta parent the kid. You gotta let them know that under my house and my rules, you will not see this, because, what I've seen it so far was not cool, especially with a 12-year-old mind. It will mess you up. I've seen things that are messed up. I can give you a whole list. I can tell you that I'm not sure if that video's up anymore, but I can definitely tell you that I've seen some really crazy stuff. It's not for other people to see. It is definitely not a good video, because I've seen so many deaths, in like live videos that gone on, and other things too. It will mess you up in long term. Out of curiosity, right? Yes, at the same time, yes, you need to find restrictions on your kids' gaming console, phone, computer. And I'm not trying to be a Karen for it. It's just an actual fact. People need to parent their kids more often, and they're afraid to do so because a lot of people are scared for the consequences that will happen to them, like going to jail after disciplining their child, and they have to go to classes because of disciplining their child and how to do the right way and other things too. And I'm glad that I was raised in a generation where, that my mom got to raise me right. And yes, I have done a lot of things back in elementary school, okay? I was a totally jerk of a kid. I was a scumbag, an absolute scumbag. I was a bully. I was, a victim of being bullied. But with that being brought up, I felt like I don't know. I was just an angry kid because I felt like I didn't belong anywhere. I felt like my freedom has been stripped away from me. For real. It's not a joke. I felt like everything that I wanted to do as a kid was stripped, forcefully. And it was crazy. And I didn't understand it at the time, but when I did, well, when I really did later on, after, graduating high school and stuff, and I got to learn why it was the case that I, moved different schools. Now, I've done it so many times. It's not a big deal, but when I was growing up, I felt like I've, didn't really get to be myself, because I felt like I had to be like someone else, to take in charge, to protect me in situations that I felt like was a threat to me. and maybe it's a trauma response. I have no idea. I don't know these things. I'm just here explaining them. And basically, people just don't care. People don't care if they strip any content that you like to see. They don't care if you're crying because of your livelihood is being taken away. There's a lot of things going on in the government that's corrupted, and it's not just the government, in my opinion, but it's other places, in politics. And yes, I am sweating because obviously I'm in a hot car in Arizona, but that is just my opinion, that there is a lot of stuff that's going on that a lot of people don't know about, and if they do, let's just say that they're swept under a rug, or they're forced to be quiet because of the fear of consequences that they're gonna, have to face, sometimes in other countries, they just lock you up or something. Who knows? You don't know these things. And now, I think that's like the red flag there, is that a lot of countries want to censor a lot of stuff on the internet. And now, as an American citizen, I say in my own YouTube channel page that I, as an American citizen, think that this would be a violation to our rights. And for me, that's just how I see it. Because imagine if I'm looking at psychology, right? Let's just say I want to look at a disorder because I just heard something about it, right? I got to listen, so many things about borderline personality disorder, depression, schizophrenia, I guess name another few. I got to learn Parkinson's disease and dementia, and some other things too. I mean, and it's not just borderline, it could be bipolar disorder or some other things too. I mean, I don't like to hear people's struggles and, on a day-to-day basis, but I do like to understand a basic concept of what it is, like ADHD. I'm like so intrigued with the way that that they think and or the way that they process things, right? So imagine if I look at depression and it gives out a blank page and say like, I don't know, I would just make it up, no search engine found, so, or like a 404 page, right? And you're like, why are they doing this? Depression is a real thing and they're censoring depression? Like, what if I have a friend that's in need or in trouble? Like, they're gonna censor the phone numbers to that source as well? I mean, the person that I feel like that's in need of care need to go to see a professional because I'm afraid of his or her life, right? So, well, that's just my thing. I don't have a friend that, that is going through serious trouble, but I'm just putting it out there that there's some people that do have that ideology that those things can happen. Those things can be censored, which is not cool. I think everything should be uncensored. I mean, I can just spit it out there. I love Jerry Springer, right? Jerry Springer, you know who the guy is. Jerry, rest in peace. So, I mean, when I was a kid, right? Of course, my mom told me to change the channel. But when I was a kid, I was watching TV at my grandma's house, okay? She had a house at the time, but I was just watching TV on my own. I think I was changing the channel and just messing with it. And I saw Jerry Springer for the very first time. And I didn't realize what was going on, who these adults were fighting about. I didn't care about that. All I just cared about or was thinking what was funny to me was people fighting on stage. That's all I was laughing about, is people, just throwing hands, in a middle of a huge crowd, right? That would cheer them on or boo them off the stage. Really depends on who is choosing the sides of a person or another, right? So my mom told me to change the channel, and I was like, okay, fine. Like, I thought that was funny. I thought that was like the most hilarious thing that I've seen on television. I didn't know what was going on. So, I think like when I was a teenager, I mean, I have some grasp of it, but it wasn't really there. Until I see like old videos of stuff, and I could probably go back through it, and understand why they're freaking angry and why the way they are and other things. But no, other things like that, I mean, should not be censored. I think like people should know the harsh life of reality. And yeah, of course, if I see, like, what was it? I'm not sure what show it was on Netflix. And people do talk about that from time to time. And if it hasn't been brought up, then thank freaking God, because I cannot stand that show. I feel like that was like the most disgusting trailer that I've seen so far. I mean, I would rather see the movie Avatar, The Last Airbender movie. Yes, that freaking movie. I hate that movie. Not to be mean, but if I had to rewatch that movie all over again, I would. Then having to see Cuties, or I don't know what the hell is that name is, but people defending that title and that show itself needs to be investigated. I'm sorry, I'm putting it out there. I feel like that is the type of show that do need to be censored, because it's gross. I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. No one asked for it. So who was asking for it? And it just pisses me off. I mean, I really do not like seeing that sort of stuff. So if my video paused, guys, that means my phone storage is full, and I'm sorry for jumbling my words. Just that I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, and it feels like I'm like going around in circles and not getting it to the point, right? There you go, okay? And you can see my frustration. But yes, those things, the Jerry Springer should not be censored. Like if you do your search right now, okay? It's called I think it was a Texas Street Fight, I guess, Street Fight 2 or whatever. I love going to that channel and freaking looking at, I'm not sure if it's Houston, Texas, but it was somewhere in Texas, and it was somewhere like right in a spot where like it's in a bar, basically. This is like where you're gonna go to the Arizona Cardinals Stadium, right? There's a lot of bars out there. There's a lot of stuff for you to do. And yeah, there is gonna be some fights here and there. Well, I'm not sure about there, but if you go to the rural of Phoenix, Arizona, then you can know that there's gonna be a fight going down at a bar someplace, somewhere. And if it's not at a bar, it's probably at a strip club, okay? I mean, I've seen it firsthand, okay? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have been there before. Just not recently. I will give that story time later, but that is the truth. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like that shouldn't be censored. I mean, you're just recording a person, just fighting it out, right? And I feel like that shouldn't be censored unless they really got an actual pistol and start blasting. Yes, censor that. A lot of people, but I feel like it should be a more open area, you know like I feel like if they were gonna do like a security task, right, for you to get your license out, I feel like they should, let you log in into your own user, so you're not just a kid, right? You could, just have to, log into your own user. So if you want to see the uncensored version, then you can. Or, well, that's YouTube policy otherwise, so you can't really, go see that on YouTube. But if they can give you like a link or something for you to search, and see the uncensored version of it, then I think it would be more like, in a sense where you have your own freedom, your own free will of looking stuff that you do want to see. It's legal, people already been prosecuted, arrested, etc., etc. I feel like people should have access to videos on whatever they want to watch. If it's illegal, then yes, shut it down. No questions asked. If it's against the law, then yes, definitely take it off online and prosecute this, the person who done something, or who or eyewitness, or witnessing a crime or something like that. Just, it really depends though. Just, I mean, at least for me, that's just my opinion. But that being said, it's just that it's just, it's an ongoing battle for sure. Recently, a lot of people are blowing up about it, and that's just my take. I don't like censorship. Honestly, I freaking hate it. I hate it to the core. I hate how people cross out the letter A for woman. I mean, I love being a woman. I love being American. I love being a Hispanic lady, Yes, I am Hispanic. If you don't know, then you know now. But yes, I am proud to be an American citizen. I am proud to be here in this country, and I love this country, and I don't care what anybody else has to say, because that's just how it is. I like this country. And yeah, sure, there's a lot of things that needs to be done in this country. I feel like a lot of things are being just pushed under the rug and trying to make people seem and brainwash people into thinking that it's okay. Like, drug is the issue, rioting and stealing, everything about it is an issue. It's a whole list I could cover up, cover all the things that I believe that's wrong, and they're trying to promote it that it's right. So I'm gonna leave this right here because my throat is getting freaking dry, and this truck is, already about to go to the gym, hash this one out, because oh my god, guys, when I heard about censorship today and how I think it was, what is it, NordVPN, I think, NVP, I don't know.